Hey everyone, and welcome to Career Center News Live, Summer Edition. I'm Evan.
And I'm Jacqueline. On this episode, we'll get you ready for everything summer, from having fun on a budget to making a trendy snack to refresh you in the summer heat.
We'll teach you some pro tips on how to survive your first year of college and keep you up to date on upcoming performances near you.
We also have a special guest, award-winning chef Alec Rome, on set to teach you how to make the perfect summer burger, as well as some of our very own digital video students to teach you their tips and tricks to have a great summer. All this and more coming up on Career Center News Live, Summer Edition.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's time to start off the show right as we grill you. Actually, we're not grilling you, we're grilling some burgers outside. Time to set it out to the burger boss, our man Alec, as he prepares to show us how to cook up the best summer burger around. How's it there?
All right, what's up everybody? We're outside. It's a beautiful day out here just outside of the TAC building. We are cooking some burgers today. I wanted to give you a couple tips. First, I just pre-made these patties. It's always a good idea to dimple them. Dimple them so they don't puff up. And also, you got to season your burgers, by the way. Got to season the burgers. That's right, we're making burgers. You come back in 30 minutes because we're having a live show right now on television. So I like to season right there. Santa Maria seasoning from Hy-Vee. Season both sides and even the edges there. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So you basically just roll them there, season them up like that. And I'm going to throw them on the grill, and I'll let you guys get back to it, but we'll come back in a little bit and we'll flip them. So thanks for joining me, and stick around.
As Alex schools us on the best burgers, it's your turn to get schooled on something major. For many students, one big chapter comes with the end of summer: college. College is a whole new ballgame, and not having a clue what's to come can be a bit scary. Lucky for you, I've created a survival guide on the top 5 things you should know before going to college so you can have a stress-free summer. Take a look. One of the biggest obstacles college students have to face is money. Budgeting and spending your money wisely can definitely make or break your first year. So here's your first tip. Avoid at all costs buying books from your on-campus bookstore. If you need a physical copy, go to a neighborhood bookstore or look on Amazon.com or eBay.com. If you have the option of an electronic copy, check out free websites like textbooknova.com or bookloon.com. Tip number 2. Save some cash, but also save some space. A lot of college freshmen regret overpacking and stuffing their dorms. Don't bring loads of towels or pillows. Instead, just bring 2 or 3. Pack your clothes according to the season and switch them out when you go home for break to save some space in your closet. And as far as your free time goes, you'll have very little. Leave some books and movies behind because most of your time will be spent studying. All in all, pack less and only bring what you'll really use. Tip number 3. Don't go into college thinking your roommate will be your best friend. They definitely could be, but in reality, your roommate is just that, your roommate. You might argue or not be into the same things, and that's normal, so don't be alarmed if your roommate isn't your BFF for life.
These are some rules I learned in college that I think I also use now. It's eat when you can, sleep when you can, work hard, play hard.
Tip number 4. It is normal to switch your major. In fact, an estimated 75% of students change their major at least once before graduation. Although you might have your heart completely set on a career, if you find out it wasn't at all what you expected, don't worry. Don't be afraid to ask for help from a counselor or advisor. After all, their job is to help you. And tip number 5. One thing you don't want to underestimate is how hard college is. College is a completely different ballgame, and it will take time to get adjusted. You'll actually need to study if you want to pass your classes. Don't be alarmed if you were a straight-A student in high school and all of a sudden you get a C on an exam. This is normal, and it's okay. Ask for help, and don't worry. Everyone else around you is going through the same thing.
And I couldn't figure out, like, why am I getting bad grades and everything? Well, I got to looking around, and the students who were doing really well all had a simple little thing called a planner. So I kind of had bad grades that first year or so, and then I decided to get a planner and just kind of start, like, every class period, start writing stuff down. And when I did that, I went from being like a BC student to being on the dean's list, just from my planner.
If you put the survival guide to the test, you will be as prepared as you can be for this exciting new chapter in your life. And remember, college is tough, but so are you. I know as a senior, this last year of high school is bittersweet, but I look forward to studying towards my career. Hopefully those tips were helpful and motivate you to do your best in college.
Enough about school, let's talk about summer. And hey, what's summer without those late night adventures? But as your days fill with fun, you may start to notice your wallet emptying. Lucky for you, I surfed the internet for the best summer deals in Omaha to save you a buck. Take a look. I talked to a few Career Center students to see what they're doing this summer. The first student I talked to is Haley, and here are her summer plans.
So I'm going to be going to Europe in June. Other than that, I'm not really doing anything, just relaxing. If a job comes up, then hey.
Well, Haley, that trip sounds like a blast. When you're back from Europe, the first deal you need to take advantage of is MoviePass. MoviePass is a subscription-based movie service that costs $10 a month to see 4 movies a month whenever you want. And if you're hitting the beach this summer, you can take MoviePass with you because it works at theaters all across the country. Alright, let's hear from another student about what they're doing this summer.
So this summer I'm going to be a volunteer for Aim for the Stars. It's a math and science camp for kids. And this September I'm going to St. Louis to go see Taylor Swift in concert.
Eleanor, since you're going to see T-Swizzle, you should become cultured in music at Exarban Village's free Saturday night concerts. They run from June to the end of July. They play all different kinds of music. Let's hear from one last student.
I plan to do a couple of things. I plan to start a couple of my college classes, just get them out the way. I'm also going on a couple of trips. I'm going to Texas, I'm driving to LA with my family, and I'm also going to nationals for Skills USA. So I have a very busy but fun summer.
Naomi, when you get back from your cross-country travels, you should definitely see what our great state has to offer. With the State Park Pass. With the State Park Pass, you can enter all of the state parks around Nebraska. And with that access to the parks, you can swim, have a picnic, and explore nature. Now that you know of some fun deals, go out and have a great summer. Hopefully you can save a pretty penny and have a good summer with these tips. You can always thank me later. Ooh, something smells good. Must be the chef. Let's see how Spatula Daddy is doing with those patties.
All right, so we wanted to wait a second because I want to make sure that the burgers aren't cold when we bring them in. But we're about to throw them on, and it's always a good idea to make sure you know where your hot spots are. You have to know where your hot spots are so that the burgers cook at the right speed. Now the hot spots on this one are basically on this 2/3 here on the right, from what Walker told me. We were throwing them on. And by the way, when we do this, we're going to flip them in a little bit. I want you to repeat after me. I will not flip the burger more than once, okay? You don't need to touch it past one flip. That's all you need because the grill will do the rest. And we wanted to make sure this was hot, so it's going to be at about 400 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and making sure that that is above that 160 degree Fahrenheit safe meat temperature, okay? That's very important. We don't want any E. coli. So they're starting to cook right now. We'll send it back inside, and hopefully we'll be dressing these up in a little bit, guys.
I can't wait to taste those burgers. They're going to be the best. And it's no doubt that summer is one of the best parts of the year. Soaking up sun rays and nothing but clear blue skies sounds great, right?
It is, until you have to deal with those day-to-day summer dilemmas. Here's Donna with some super summer hacks to keep your summer flowing without a hitch.
Enjoying an ice-cold popsicle is one of the best parts of the summer. But it's no question that when it starts to melt and the sticky stuff gets all over your hands, they're slightly less enjoyable. Get the most out of your popsicles this summer with this simple hack. Just use a couple of paper baking cups to stop the melted popsicle from reaching your hands. Being on the topic of summer treats, eating a watermelon can be somewhat difficult when cut in the traditional triangle shape. It's messy and creates a disaster all over your face. Instead of going through all the hassle, try doing this summer. First, cut the watermelon in half. Next, cut a checkerboard pattern into the watermelon. Finally, insert a craft stick into the squares. Want s'mores but can't make a campfire? Try this. First, grab a clay pot and line it with aluminum foil. Next, drop your coals in and light it up. It's kind of hard to make the most out of your summer when you're worried about someone stealing your stuff. Deter criminals with this simple hack. Instead of leaving your valuable items to sit freely in a bag or on a table, put them in an empty baby wipes package. In the event a thief does get a hold of your bag, they're sure to look past the pack of baby wipes and search for other valuable items.
Wow, I'm definitely going to use some of those hacks this summer.
No matter how many hacks you do, your life will still be in shambles.
True, but it doesn't mean you have to say it on live TV.
It had to be said.
You're annoying. But do you know what else is annoying? Not following the rules at your local pool. Luckily, Delaney, the lifeguard, gave us her tips on how to not annoy a lifeguard.
Days are getting longer and the pools are filling up for fun days under the sun. While visiting a pool, there are a few things you've got to remember. The most important thing, never annoy the lifeguards. Here are a few tips you can follow to make sure the lifeguards at your local pool remain happy and keep their whistling to a minimum. 1. Walk on the pool deck. No one wants you to fall or trip. 2. Watch your children. It is the lifeguard's job to make sure your kid is safe, not to babysit them. 3. The most important tip is to always obey the whistle. The lifeguards have them to protect the swimmers, not to annoy them. And that's it. Follow these steps and you and your lifeguard should have an easy breezy summer. And you know what I love most about summer?
What?
Summer romance.
Seriously? I don't know about you, but asking a girl out is the most nerve-wracking experience.
No need to fret. Our own resident love guru Deandra has some advice on asking someone out. Check it out.
Teenage dating. It sounds easy, but sometimes getting to the point of actually going on a date can be challenging. So, how do you get to that first date? Well, first, you have to get up the nerve to ask someone out. Career Center counselor Susan Mahoney remembered the time when she asked a guy to a dance in high school, and it didn't go too well.
He said no. And not only did he say no, but he turned around and said, I'm waiting for Julie to ask me to winter formal. Julie, the cheerleader. Can you believe it?
Yeah, rejection stinks, but don't always assume the worst.
Just do it and have confidence in yourself. That's really all you need.
Usually, guys ask girls, but is it okay for a girl to ask a guy?
Absolutely. I feel like it depends on the circumstance. Like, if you know for sure that the guy likes you, then you should. Otherwise, if you're not certain, like 100% certain, there's nothing wrong with going out and asking yourself.
Once you've worked up the nerve to ask, next question is, how do you go about asking? Over text? Over social media?
No, but some people are shy, so they'll do that, but it's way better to do it face to face.
Well, if you've been friends with them or like been talking to them, just be like, hey, would you want to hang out or go do this with me, and just like ask them in a nice way.
Now, let's assume you've asked the person and they say yes. It's time for step 3, the location. Be sure you know where you want to go and don't make your date figure it out.
A picnic, you know, bring little snacks and fruits and all that cute stuff.
All in all, asking someone out on a date can be like jumping in a cold swimming pool. You just have to take the plunge. And whether they say yes or no, remember, it's just a date.
And it's hysterical because when I saw him at the gym and he was in the weightlifting room doing this weightlifting stuff with all these other people, you know what I said in the gym? I said, hey everybody, I had a crush on Billy in high school and I asked him to go to winter formal with me, and do you know what he said? He said no. He crushed me. It was hysterical and everybody in the gym laughed.
I don't know. I still don't think I can handle the rejection. But you know what else I'm ready for? Hamburgers.
Right? I'm starving. Let's check back in on the Grill Daddy live at the grill. How's it going, Alec?
All right, well, we just flipped some of these and they're getting ready to go. I had to let all the heat out a little bit just to make sure that we weren't burning the burgers, but we got some pretty nice grill marks on this side. You can do a little bit more and kind of turn them if you want, essentially. But we're gonna put this down and go maybe another about 5 minutes here. Let me check the time. It is 5:46, so we should be okay getting these in right on time. And let's go over here really quick just to show you a little bit of our dressing here. You've got some tomatoes, some ketchup and mustard. We got Velveeta slices of cheese, but there's a lot of different things you can do with the burger. I personally like the Anytime Burger at Big Red. It has hash browns, gravy, bacon, and eggs. Anytime, baby, you can have that burger, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's delicious. So there's a lot of things you can do. We're just going simple. We're just going classic with the lettuce and tomato, but hopefully these will cook out all right, and hopefully I'm not making anybody sick. That's always the goal here. It's very important, and trust me, the grill was hot, so I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio. We'll be back here probably in about 10 minutes with some fresh cooked burgers.
That looks great. I look forward to the end result. And you know, one thing I always look forward to in the summer is the freedom that it brings.
That's right. Summer is a time to go out and have fun. And what better way to do that than with some live music? It's a great way to pass the time. So here's some live music venues near you over the summer. Starting on June 1st, the Beach Boys will be playing for 3 days at the Holland Performing Arts Center in Omaha. After that, Slushy will be performing at the Bourbon Theater in Lincoln on June 7th.
Then, on June 18th, Primus and Mastodon will be performing at the Pinewood Bowl Theater in Lincoln. Who's Primus?
You've heard the South Park theme song, right? That's Primus.
And finally, at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Imagine Dragons will be performing on June 24th, and Hall & Oates will be performing with Train on July 18th.
If these concerts don't pique your interest, don't give up. Try to find some yourself. There's a lot we couldn't mention, and it would be a shame to let your summer go to waste by not enjoying some fantastic music.
You know, I didn't really know a lot of the bands on that list, like Hall & Oates. Sounds like something Mr. Walker would listen to.
True. I mean, with all the huge amount of music available, it's hard to find new favorites. That's why one of our reporters decided to expose some of us to new music. Take a look.
There is a ton of music out there, so a lot of us won't be exposed to obscure music that we may end up enjoying. So in celebration of summer, I decided to show some obscure music to some of our news team, and see how they reacted when they were shown some music they weren't used to.
Looking at the title, Russ Kaja Rock and Roll Today.
Are you excited for this?
I am excited.
The video I showed them is known as Turbo Russian Polka Metal, so I knew I was bound to have some interesting reactions. The band classifies itself as quote-unquote Turbo Russian Polka Metal. And I think your face just kind of explains your emotions right now. How long do you think you're going to watch this video?
Oh gosh. Well, I think we can just play it and find out.
And then I showed them the video.
3, 2, 1. Sort of what I was expecting. Something's going wrong. Okay, I think I'm done.
Evan and Alec had similar reactions, but Mr. Walker, well...
This is fantastic. I want to spend my whole summer watching this video. Were they fighting America in there?
Are you glad that I showed you this?
Yeah, because I don't think I would ever experience this without you showing me it. Glad is a word, it's not the one I would use.
Everyone seemed to have a good time, even if they didn't enjoy the music that much, or even if they enjoyed it too much.
There's another video from them that just popped up. I'm aching to watch it now.
I think it was an interesting experience. You won't find me listening to this song or watching the video again, but coming in with an open mind, sure, you know, it was fun.
Truman Foray, Career Center News.
What does Russian music have to do with summer?
Russia has summer too. Can't forget about our dedicated Russian fans.
Shout out to you.
You know what else is trendy? Acai bowls. You're probably thinking, what are those? But I assure you, acai bowls are the new up-and-coming dish for the summer. Second only to greasy hamburgers. Here's Delaney on how to make your own acai bowl right from home. That looks delicious. I know what I'm making all summer long. And the best thing is that acai bowls are tasty and healthy.
I'd still prefer a burger.
Okay, good for you. Do you want a cookie?
No, I want a burger. But hey, what would summer be without the great outdoors and sports? There's one sport we've noticed that goes largely unrecognized, and it's a great game to pick up this summer: Ultimate Frisbee. Here's Lucas with a look at how you can conquer the field.
Hey, what's up? It's Lucas here, and I'm here to teach you how to play Ultimate Frisbee. So the first step is to pick your teams. You can have up to 7 people on each team, but honestly, 5 is a good number. Next, you need to set up your field. You want to get a good place to play and throw. Your area should be around the size of a football field. Mark off each end zone with cones or whatever you have available. Even shoes work just fine. After that, you get to play. A flip of the Frisbee determines who gets to receive. Much like football, one team throws off the Frisbee to start and the other team gets to receive. When you catch the Frisbee, you get 3 steps before you need to throw it off to another player. If you drop it or if it's knocked down, then it goes to the other team. Your goal is to get the Frisbee into the end zone by throwing from person to person until you cross the goal line. If you make it there, you get a point. You keep going until you reach 7 points. You cannot win the game unless you win by at least 2. One last thing. Be sure to use a standard 135-gram Ultimate Frisbee. This type of Frisbee goes farther and stands up to the wind. This is Lucas here, reporting for Career Center News, and that's how you play Ultimate Frisbee.
Ultimate Frisbee seems like a blast, and the best thing about it is you only need 2 things: a Frisbee and some friends. So go to your local park or even your backyard and throw a Frisbee around. It seems like a catch.
Hopefully it doesn't rain on Alec while he's on the grill.
Let's see what this week's forecast has to say about the weather. Today you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 and a low of 58. Friday, the cloudy skies continue with a high of 84 and a low of 52. Saturday, we'll have a high of 51 and a low of 52. You should pack an umbrella in case it rains. Sunday, the cloudy skies make a comeback with a high of 75 and a low of 57.
Wow, nothing but cloudy skies. I hope we get some rays of sunshine. But remember, with sun comes protection of UV rays, and that means sunscreen.
During your summer, you may want to be out in the sun 24/7, but you always need to do something first. Get out the sunscreen and rub it on your skin. You might wonder, what does SPF stand for and how does it protect my body? Well, SPF, also known as sun protection factor, tells you how much the sunscreen can block out the sun's violet rays. So how much does the average person need? The American Academy of Dermatology suggests that the average person should wear an SPF of 30. They say you should reapply about every 3 hours for long-lasting protection. Follow these suggestions and you shouldn't have to worry about being burned to a crisp like one of Alec's hamburgers.
You know what else you might want to apply sunscreen for? The biggest summer event in Omaha, the College World Series.
Every June, thousands of baseball fans flock to Omaha to see their favorite teams compete for the baseball championships. Our sports director, Will, has come up with the predictions for year's College World Series, the Omaha's greatest show on dirt.
Oregon State an incredible season in 2017 and has the talent to come back and win it all. Stanford is a baseball team on the rise with good pitching talent. They are poised for a deep playoff run. Florida has a top-ranked team this year and is a defending champion. Let's see if they can defend their title. Arkansas has as much talent as anyone, but they need to fight to win this tough conference.
North Carolina is also a tough conference, but shouldn't be able to overcome that and make the series. Indiana, Big Ten curse. This team has the talent to overcome their conference CWS drought. North Carolina State, a very strong team in conference play. The whole Wolfpack has the talent to make the CWS. And East Carolina, they're a very complete team. As a smaller school, they'll get to a lower tournament seed, but they have the potential to make an impact in the tournament.
For the 68th year in a row, Omaha is a place to be for all the best college baseball action. TD Ameritrade Park will be hosting the College World Series for the 8th year in a row since they replaced Rosenblatt Stadium. The series begins on June 16th and ends on June 26th or 27th. Tickets are already on sale on Ticketmaster.com. They're selling like hotcakes, so make sure to pick up yours soon.
Ultimate Frisbee isn't the only great summer sport. It's also a great time to get your hoops on.
If you're like Evan, you may need to sharpen up those shooting skills. Our Career Center sports guy Will interviewed some local pickup players to get their best tips on improving your game.
Basketball is one of the most popular summertime activities. People of all ages will go to a local rec center, blacktop, or just their driveway to shoot hoops or participate in a pickup basketball game, the purest form of the sport. You don't have to be a superstar with the flashiest moves to dominate on the court. We have 5 pickup basketball players to each share a tip to get better. Here are their 5 simple tricks to help you improve your pickup game. Alec Rum's tip is more focused on the less glamorous aspects of the game.
To me, it's boxing out. You would be surprised at how much people don't really pay attention to boxing out during a pickup game. We're all focused on the show and tell.
Being able to box out leads to more rebounds and shot opportunities for your team. Sully Stabnick maintains the best trick you can have is mastery of the basics.
The best trick I would say is just, of course, getting the ball in the basket, so shooting.
A jump shot is the most basic way to score from the field, and once you master it, you can easily learn more creative types of shots. Patrick Neo-Yaganditse also believes the simple moves work the best.
Well, the number one thing is to know your fundamentals. If you don't know your fundamentals, there's not much you can really do in basketball. So layups are like one of the key things in knowing your fundamentals.
A good layup is one of the safest shots you can take and allows you to cut past the defense or score quickly on a fast break. While Pilo Irashira's tip is a little harder to master, it's still fairly effective if you can get it down.
My trick is dunking the ball.
Can you dunk the ball?
Yes.
Alright, let's see it, man. A simple dunk, while difficult, can lead to great fast break scoring opportunities and add a little flair to your game. My own tip is a little more complex as well. However, it can improve your post game dramatically.
If you have a good hook shot, you'll get made fun of, but it's a really good shot to have because it gets the ball over a defender who has long arms or as tall as you.
A good hook shot rises over the reach of defenders and is extremely hard to block. With the help of these tips, you can add to your arsenal of on-the-court moves and make a splash at any summertime hoop sesh.
After those helpful tips, playing on the court will be a swish.
Maybe you should stick to Ultimate Frisbee, Evan.
Well, maybe, Jacqueline, you should stick to minding your own business.
Okay, do you have a problem?
Yeah, I do have a problem with you.
Okay, someone's hangry, okay? Maybe you should just wait for the burgers to come here so you can calm down.
I am. I've been waiting. I don't know where they're at. Like, do you know where they're at?
They should be here any minute.
I know, we've been waiting. Where are they at?
Knock, knock.
Oh!
Hey, look at this.
It's some Christmas
In record
miracle.
time, it was like a cooking competition, but here we go. 12 burgers for everybody. Woo! Truman, thank you for doing such a good job there on camera, helping me out. But yeah, it ended up turning out pretty good, and I hope you guys like it. There's some condiments right there. By the way, I just wanted to tease the game show really quick. That'll be edited and put up soon on OPS Web TV. Go to youtube.com, search for OPS Web TV, and I'm sure even though I didn't get a chance to see you guys do this, I'm sure it all went perfectly fine and there were no mistakes whatsoever.
Of course not.
That's right.
Well, everyone, we've come to the end of our show.
Hopefully you'll put all these tips to the test and have yourself a great summer.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been a great year. I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Evan.
All right, get some burgers. Let's go.
All right, everybody.
All right, some of them have cheese and some of them do not. Let's catch up.
Be mindful, they are a bit fragile.
I'm just hungry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go open the bottle.
Test it. I want to see what it looks like on the inside and make sure it was all good.
I don't want lettuce on.